everyone, welcome in to the Father-Son Football Fanatics podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Michael Combs. This is your other host, Caden Combs. We are so glad you're with us today. We've got some cool stuff for the show today. We're going to continue our segment that we started last week on the
Why is he there?
That was actually one of my favorites. I really enjoyed that one. So we're doing that again for the wide receiver position today. And then we've also got some bold predictions. So I really think you'll enjoy it. Stay tuned and we will get right into it.
Bold predictions. But before we get into bold predictions, we have a little bit of news that isn't the biggest news. It's not as good as March news or February news, but it's something. It's something.
That news is hard to beat.
Baker Mayfield signed with the Panthers, and I don't see why they did that. There's nothing really to say.
Baker, we all know how we as Bengals fans feel about Baker Mayfield.
And Ohio State fans.
We're not fans of Baker Mayfield. However, if I were to choose between Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield to be my quarterback, it would be Baker Mayfield. He brings a little.
What about Cam Newton?
No, Cam Newton is washed up.
Didn't they draft somebody in the draft?
I don't know. I haven't been that interested in Panthers news this offseason. But Baker's an upgrade from Sam Darnold. He brings a little bit more to the table than Sam Darnold. So I can see why they made the move, I guess. But anyway, not that big of a deal. Not going to impact fantasy all that much. The other piece of news that we are going to skim on real quick, because it's really not that important, but N'Keal Harry got traded from the Patriots, now lands on the Chicago Bears. Doesn't really impact a whole lot. Doesn't bring a whole lot of value to Justin Fields. Doesn't take away a whole lot of value from Darnell Mooney. Just another piece on the field.
Is he a wide receiver?
Yeah.
I don't even know who he is.
He's not really, that impressive. We haven't followed him very much. So, but that's really it for the news. Not a whole lot going on. So why don't we jump right into the bold
predictions? That just hurt your eardrums, but it's all right.
If you were not awake, you're awake now.
So I'm going to move this down really quick so I can see my screen.
Okay.
So, bold predictions. I have a bold prediction that it's very bold. It's very bold. You would not think this in 2016.
Okay.
2017. So, my bold prediction is that Ezekiel Elliott will not make it into the top 10, but Tony Pollard will.
So Zeke will not make the top 10, but Tony Pollard will. Now, how do you think that happens?
Zeke gets benched.
You think he gets benched?
Well,
okay.
Maybe. Or he gets...
Hey, go bold.
I don't think he's going to get hurt, but, Zeke's... I love Zeke, but he's just going down.
His time is coming for when he no longer plays. I don't know that he gets benched.
Yeah, I don't think he gets benched.
But that's your bold prediction. So
I never said he got benched.
Rewind the tape. I think you did.
Well, I haven't.
But that's okay. It's a bold prediction that you're allowed to say bold things. So that's interesting, and I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. That could happen.
I just think that Tony Pollard gets more playing time than Zeke. I just think he'll
might end up happening.
Get more points.
My bold prediction.
Or Zeke gets fat and hurt. And
My bold prediction is that Saquon Barkley ends up in the top 5 running backs. He was running back number 34 last year.
That's pretty bold.
However, he was plagued with injury throughout the season. The season before that, I think was he injured that season too? I can't remember. It's been so long, guys. But his rookie year, he came out and he was just an absolute stud. Just crushed it. Was a killer fantasy running back. He's had some injuries since then that have plagued him. Yeah, he was injured. He was out pretty much that whole season. Came back last year off of that injury. Was injured for some of the year, playing through some minor injuries and things like that. I think he's back to healthy Saquon Barkley.
I don't.
The Giants don't have a whole lot of offensive options.
Yeah, and that means they're going to go very low. They're going to go 2-15.
They've got Kadarius Toney.
2-15.
Sterling Shepard is out injured. Kenny Galladay is not that good.
2-15 again.
So I'm not saying that the team is going to be.
They're going 2-15. They're going 2-15 this year.
I don't know that the team is going to be excellent, but that doesn't mean he can't be. So I think Saquon Barkley ends up in the top 5, which is bold because I struggle with even taking him in the second round of running backs during a mock draft.
Whoa.
But that's what this is all about, bold predictions. I think
that was pretty bold. That was very bold,
comes
actually.
Back strong this year and lands in the top 5. So that wraps it up for our bold predictions segment. We had some more in our mind, but we wanted to hang on to those and maybe give those to you in another show. So we're gonna hide those deep in the brain there and save them for later. But we're going to get right into...
Why is he there?
Why is he there?
Why is he there?
Why is he there? Why in the world is he there?
Why are you there?
Hy am I here? Because this is where I always sit.
But I should sit there.
That's where you sit. We would really throw people for a loop if we swapped seats.
And then I did the intro.
And then we could really be like, why is he there? No. Why is he there? This is a good segment. We started with the running backs last week. This week we are talking
wide receivers.
And I will get us started off here.
Don't wear headphones during this podcast.
Yeah, Kaden might randomly yell in your ear.
I won't do it.
I was waiting for you to do it. Okay. Why is he there? A.J. Brown is my first pick on the why is he
Brown.
there.
Where is he?
So last year, A.J. Brown finished
32.
wide receiver number 32.
Bruh.
Number 32.
Don't mess with me.
Now, I think he's more talented than that. I think he should have been higher than that. He missed a couple games and whatever. But he ended up number 32. His draft ADP, his average draft position for this season, number 9. But hold on. He changed teams. He went from Ryan Tannehill throwing him the ball, who is a veteran quarterback with a lot of experience and is a good throwing quarterback, to Jalen Hurts. The guy that averages 22 to 24 pass attempts a game. You take that and you split that between Devonta Smith and Jalen Reagor and Dalton Schultz and A.J. Brown. Now you've got these 22 pass attempts going between these 4 guys. He's not going to get that many targets. He's good. and the targets he does get will be good. But number 9, I don't. Why is he there? Number 32 last year gets a downgraded quarterback. Why is he there? Why is he there?
All right.
Your turn.
Well, I have a why is he there? I just bumped into the microphone. That might hurt your ears or not. It
It's
might
okay.
just.
We're still getting used to these.
So I have Devonta Smith.
Ah,
Yes.
we're going with the Eagles today.
I had Devonta Smith. Why is he there? So last year he ended 30th wide receiver. But I just feel like last year was that his rookie year last year? I think he's gonna get more targets than AJ Brown because him and Jalen Hurts have more chemistry than him and AJ Brown. But AJ Brown, okay, AJ Brown. Why is he there? But also Devonta Smith, why is he here? So he's projected 85th.
He's projected 85th
Yeah,
overall, or
I don't know. I think it's overall. That's not that bad, but I think it's like 32nd wide receiver. And I looked, and it's before like Adam Thielen. And it's after Adam Thielen and like
so yeah, 85th overall. So number 36 wide receiver. That's tricky. My gut tells me he'll be better than that. But now he's contending with AJ Brown. So that's tricky. So you think Devonta Smith should be higher?
like better.
You think he should be better? I agree. I think he'll step up this year. It just all kind of depends on how well AJ Brown can mesh with that offense. So my second one, why is he there? KJ Osborne. KJ Osborne. And if you're listening to this, you may not even know who he is.
He's on the Vikings.
He is on the Vikings.
He's
He
number
is-
17.
He is arguably their third string wide receiver, so to speak. But he really had some flashes last year. He really had some games where
He had 3 games, where he got
he
a
came out
good
and just killed
touchdown.
it.
So
he killed it. And the great thing about him is he has Justin Jefferson on the other side of the field that's taking a lot of attention from the defense. It opens him up. But last year, KJ Osborne, he finished number 35 in wide receivers. Number 35. His average draft position is 69. So he's being drafted 34 spots further back than where he finished last year. They've got the same quarterback, same running back. Justin Jefferson's still there. Adam Thielen's still there. Adam Thielen's older, probably going to go down in target share. So it begs the question, why is he there? Why is KJ Osborne not going to be the wide receiver 35 or better? Why is he going at 69? So that's a question I ask.
I know why.
I think he should be
I know why.
30s or better.
I know why.
Why?
Because nobody knows who he is, and he's just that guy that just had a few good games. I personally don't think he's gonna do that good, but prove me wrong.
I hope he does. He
Justin Jefferson, never mind. That's gonna be one of my bold predictions.
KJ Osborne, I think he should be 30s or better.
Are you crazy? Sorry.
All right,
Ears.
your turn.
So another one of my why is he there is Robert Woods.
Yeah.
So, Robert Woods ended wide receiver 48th last year, but he also only played 8 games. Which, that means that. So, he got 48th only playing 8 games, so that means he played less than half the year, and he still got 116 points. So, he would have cut that in half and been like wide receiver 24 if he played a whole nother played like the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But if he went through the pace, but he's projected 100th overall, and
Wow.
I just think he should be higher than that. Not like he should be like lower than that.
Yeah, he should be higher on the draft board.
I think he should be before, because he's like one of the rookie, Traylon Burks is going before him.
That's crazy. And I know Robert
By, like,
Woods is
9
coming
overalls.
off of an ACL or MCL
Yeah,
injury. I mean, a pretty severe injury.
but he's on a new team.
But it was the middle of the season last year. He's had a bunch of time to recuperate. And he is definitely, to me, a top 25 guy. I mean, he has the skills. He did not really go down in quarterback. I mean, he went to Tennessee, where Ryan Tannehill is. I would say Ryan Tannehill is pretty evenly talented with who he had before, which was Matt Stafford and Jared Goff.
He's better than Jared Goff, but I don't know about Matthew Stafford.
But he also doesn't have as many people to compete with for targets. Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson, Odell Beckham, all these guys.
Allen Robinson.
He doesn't have all them to compete with. He has. I don't even know.
Traylon Burks.
Traylon Burks, I guess. So he's gonna be a primary target once he's back and fully healthy.
I personally think he's so underrated, but
Yeah, if you can get him at pick 100 over, you said overall, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so wide receiver 38.
so that's like
That's
in
a
the
good
10th
value.
round.
That's a good value for sure to grab a guy who can give you that kind of potential. My third one, and this is not a huge gap. So my first two had pretty huge gaps between their last year's performance and this year's ADP. This guy doesn't have that big of a gap as far as numerically, but when you break it down to what the difference between these numbers actually means at this level, it's a pretty big gap. So mine is Mike Evans. Last year, and here's the consistency of Mike Evans. Last year, he finishes wide receiver number 6. The year before that, wide receiver number 8. The year before that, wide receiver number 8. The year before that, wide receiver number 8. He is consistently number 8, number 6. He's had a ton of great years, all in the top, really top 10, but he hangs out right around that 6 to 8 range. Well, his average draft position this year is number 11. And I know number 6 to number 11 isn't that big of a gap. But when you think of the difference between number 6 and number 11, take this last year, for example. Mike Evans was wide receiver number 6. He had 188 points.
Wasn't like
Number 11.
Deontay Johnson.
Number 11 was Tyler Lockett. He had 168 points. So you're talking the difference of 20 points, which again doesn't sound like a ton, but when you're going game by game and you've got a guy who's Tyler Lockett scoring you an average of 10.5 points a game, Mike Evans is scoring you an average of 12 points a game. That 1.5 difference per game can make or break your week. So I know it sounds goofy, it sounds small, but if you have the opportunity to take a guy that's going to be a number 6 in the draft at a position of a number 11,
That's a steal.
So it really is. It really is. So if you look at Mike Evans, he is going number 28 overall in the
Who?
draft. Mike Evans. Number 28 overall in the draft. So he's going towards the end of the second round. But to get your wide receiver number 6 that people are saying, Deebo Samuel, he is going number 16, which is
12
beginning
picks.
or mid second round. So who are you giving up in the middle of the second round to take Deebo Samuel when you could wait till the end of the the end of second, beginning of third round? You could wait 10 picks later and get Mike Evans, 12 picks later and get Mike Evans, and he is going to give you almost the same value, if not the same value as Deebo Samuel. So that's kind of where my head's
So why is he there?
Why is he there? Yeah, why isn't he a little bit higher?
Watch
So,
him go like horrible this year and just do
You know,
horrible.
and there's always that risk. You always take that chance.
Well, he's getting old.
But I think Mike Evans is going to be a solid pick again this year. So, now on to number 3. Why is he there for Caden? Who do you have?
I have Hunter Renfro.
Hunter Renfro.
Now listen to this. Listen to this.
I'm listening.
So he is going. So last year he ended up 13th wide receiver. That's almost the top 10. And then he's projected to go 83rd overall.
Wide receiver 32.
Wide receiver 32. So that's 20 wide receivers more than he was last
Yeah,
year.
20 spots.
20 spots more
Behind.
behind where he was last year. So, why is he there? I get that he has Devontae Adams, but,
That's why.
well, yeah. I get that.
To answer the question and very simply, Devontae.
I get that Devontae Adams is there, but I don't think that's taking away much from him because I think they're gonna split.
I know you had Hunter Renfro in one or more of your leagues last year, and I know he did really good for you. I have to disagree. I think Devontae Adams is there, and that soaks up a lot of his targets. And Darren Waller is back in.
Darren Waller's
Healthier.
back. Yeah, he's healthier. He's gonna get injured the first game.
I don't know. I think if those two guys are there and healthy, Hunter Renfro takes a back seat
Yeah.
and goes backwards. Yeah.
Watch him prove all of you wrong.
I hope he does.
All of you.
I hope he does. I hope Hunter Renfro ends up in the top 15, but it just doesn't look like it's in his favor. So that wraps it up then for our Why Is He There segment and our show for today. We're coming off of a weekend of baseball tournaments and everything like that, so we've been pretty busy. So sorry it's been a couple days past when we normally post, but
Jeez. It's been 2 weeks.
almost 2 weeks. Yeah.
No, it has. 2 Sundays ago, we
Oh
posted it.
well, I am wrong.
2 weeks. But it's all this guy's fault right here.
Who's this guy?
Who's the other guy in the room?
I don't know. I don't see any. It's my fault. But hey, we are here. We're back. We're getting back into the swing of normalcy for a little bit. But we are going to have another show for you next week. We're going to
Or
be
two.
talking some more about. Hey,
Could be 2.
don't jinx us like that. But we've got some cool things coming up for you. The preseason starts in, 3.5 weeks?
Pre-season.
Right on the brink
No.
of football time.
Yeah. Sorry.
So is Caden. He's pumped about that. So we are going to be we're going to have a lot more content once the season starts and we see people play, and we can help guide you through week to week waiver decisions and all that fun stuff.
Maybe
So
week 2 times a week. With those
the
episodes.
that's the
plans.
thought. Maybe 2 podcasts a week.
2? Ooh, that was
If you
loud.
keep screaming in their ear, they'll probably say no more podcasts. Leave us a comment. Let us know if you like the show.
Let us know if you like me screaming. Or
Let us know if you would like to have 2 podcasts a week.
Ooh.
And we would like to know your bold predictions. We will share it on the show if you leave in the comments a bold prediction for this next season. Make sure they're bold predictions. We don't want
Bold
weak
predictions.
predictions or average predictions. We want bold.
Bold. We want bold. Like stuff that would usually never happen.
That's what
Bold.
bold is. So leave that in the comments. Give us a like.
That
Tell
was
your
loud.
friends about us.
If you have
And,
friends. You probably
we
do.
will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.